My question is for the American reviewers. What do you think of Timbits?
What am I going to do with the Timbits? What do I think of them? They're awesome, man. I don't know what it is about them, because we have donut holes, but they come from Dunkin' Donuts, and Dunkin' Donuts is ass.
I take exception toward that as a New Englander.
I have a second half of that question. What would Dr. Insano do with Timbits?
I suppose try to animate them, like create an own life form. You know, in a way, he kind of did. You know. That's all I got.
I have two questions. The first is for everyone. If you could name 3 of your favorite games of all time, and if not, just one.
Okay. Go ahead, yeah.
I'd say my 3 favorite games, pretty much the entire Mass Effect series. I've played each game about 10 times through. It's kind of sad.
I know.
Yeah, you make fun of me for that.
I was like, dude, it's over.
I love Shepard. Oddly enough, Halo ODST is one of my favorites because of the score. Oh, fuck off. Beautiful game, but really too short. And then probably, everyone says this, but probably Chrono Trigger. Yeah! But if I had to give a 4th, an underappreciated Super Nintendo game, Illusion of Gaia.
I never heard of that one.
Yeah, I know.
What? Let's see. Probably my favorite game ever is Civ 4, Civilization 4.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 6. And I was going to say Chrono Trigger, but I guess I'll have to go with Earthbound for that 3rd one.
Actually, the correct answer was Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri. Thank you very much.
That needs a sequel, definitely.
Yeah.
Just favorite game. A lot on Super Nintendo. Zelda: Link to the Past, Super Metroid, Castlevania 4, Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy 6, all those. So you know, I could go on and on. So
I'm just gonna say Super Metroid, because it's the game that I've played the most out of anything. I just keep coming back to it every few years. Like, I love the atmosphere to it. It kind of opened my eyes in a way.
I'm going to cheat a little bit because I'm just going to name series. The Ultima series, if I had to pick one, Ultima 5 is probably the best. The entire Wing Commander series, specifically if I was forced to pick one, Privateer, and Persona 4. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's my favorite RPG, really, so... second question, yeah.
Yeah, with a similar question, what is your least favorite game?
Oh, God. You know what mine is. Ultima 9. Yeah.
Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Okay, there's this Atari 2600 game called Snake and Peek. It is a hide-and-seek video game. Every single thing about it is horrible. I mean, it's not torturous to play, but everything you could possibly get wrong with a game, they got wrong with it. It is amazing. There's only one good thing I can say about it, and it's they had a nice animation effect on the little chimney smoke. They have hiding spaces like walk off to the screen at the top right, the 9th pixel from the top.
For the longest time, we thought, me and my friends thought they're naked. Like sticking out.
Yeah, it's like their arm like this.
It's like their arm, but it's like, why are they holding their arm like this?
Everything is bad. The graphics, the sound, the music is so grating. Everything about it is bad.
As I recall, though, it's one of the launch titles for the Wii U.
Basically, all it is like 2 players play the game, the other person looks away, while the other player hides. They go in, they're like in a house, and they like, you can hide outside the house, you go out to like the yard, and there's just these ridiculous places, like you can disappear into a couch or something.
Yeah. You could go underneath a window somehow.
By the way, I went years beating everyone I ever played at Madden because I would cheat like that. You know how like in hide and seek you could cheat? All I would do is when you're doing play selection, look at the guy holding the gamepad. To see what play he selected. You'd be surprised to see how many people like hold their pads up. Anyway.
For me, it's certainly not the worst game ever made, but the only game I've ever returned to the store was Populous for the Super Nintendo.
basketball.
The game is arcane as hell to play, and it started my hate-hate relationship with Peter Molyneux.
This one game, I hate to speak its name.
Oh, I know what this is.
Fuck this game. It's a game by 505 Games. You may know them from such bargain titles as shit. The game is called Naughty Bear. This is the only game I reviewed live on my live stream where I bit the disc in half. This game is... I actually do want to start a Kickstarter where I will physically go around the world and destroy every copy personally. This game is a blight upon humanity, and I can't talk about it anymore.
Actually, there is one that's actually very recent that I've only played it for about an hour, but that was enough. It might actually rocket to the top. Steel Battalion for the Kinect.
Oh.
That game is horrible. Like, it doesn't work at all. And guess what? Guess what the official Xbox magazine gave Steel Battalion? I think it was like a 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, it doesn't work.
Test.
Yeah, just rent it, seriously. Try to get to work.
I was just wondering, what is your favorite review that you guys have ever done so far?
What's your favorite review that you've done so far?
Your favorite review that you've done? Favorite review? I guess I'll go, then we'll go down.
Oh, go, okay, go. Somebody go.
Sorry. Who's going, me or Tom?
All right, my Penguin Adventure review is my favorite because I got Vincent E.L. to do this rap song at the end, and it is just amazing. It is a very weird game. It's about a penguin who has to run around this, I don't know, some kind of land to find a golden apple to bring back to his girlfriend, who's the penguin princess. But he gets along the way, he gets a gun from Santa Claus, and he carries like a ridiculous amount of gear. Like you can have up to 20 items on your person at once.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Hello.
You can wear 3 boots at a time. I got an artist friend to draw this penguin wearing all this gear at once. I actually had to speak to several artists because so many of them just said, there's no way I can do this and make it look good. There's too much stuff. Yeah, this guy pulled it off. It's amazing. So that's my favorite review because of it's exceeded my expectations for what I was able to do with it.
Yeah, what's funny about mine is mine was actually one of the, just kind of the side projects I did. It's not one of my main reviews. Phantasmagoria 2. Where, any of the riff videos, really, it's really amazing how well they came off, and how well Phantasmagoria 2 played into being like a Mystery Science Theater type movie, because it really is. And what's funny is Phantasmagoria 2 is actually a very good game, in that it's just weird enough that you can kind of forgive its various design flaws. It's actually very fun to play, and it was made at a time that you didn't really see any adult content in the terms of like boobs and gore in a PC game. You never saw that. So it's a very anomalous type game, and so the riff was awesome. The riff is like 6 hours long, but it's good.
My favorite nerd review that I've made is really hard to say. I would go with what? Rival games. Well, I was going, but I go with the second Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde video I did, because I did it early on as one of my first videos. It was like the second nerd video, and it was crap. It wasn't like I was really trying with that one, but then I went back, many years later, and then I redid it, and something about that game, it's just special for me, because with every other game, it's like, okay, I'm gonna talk about like why the game's crappy and like make it funny, but with this game, it was personal.
Probably my favorite 16-bit gem review actually is not a technical review. It's the Rise of the RPG video I did earlier this year. It's more kind of an overview, retrospective from of the advent of video game RPGs from like pre-D&D up through like Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy. Kind of stops there, but it's like this half-hour-long video that took me about 4 months to put together, and I was just really pleased with the result.
Oh wait, no, I changed my vote. Ultima 1.
There you go.
That one was good. The Gandalf sketch is like the best thing I ever shot.
I'd say my favorite review was probably Mass Effect 3, and the main reason it was is because it was the first time that I'd gotten a game so far ahead of everybody else. Like, I was on the same review list as IGN and CNN, so I had the game beat before Monday before launch. And the fact that I could go back and play it again, really get into the storyline and go through it twice was something I never quite expected. And that's really what kind of cemented my love for the Mass Effect series, was beating Mass Effect 3 with the original shitty ending, which I went Synthesis, by the way. Yeah, I mean, but
destroy ending.
although I do like the fact that Shep lives. By the way, spoilers, you've had 6 months to play anyway. Yeah, that was probably my favorite, just because I was in the same league as a lot of the really big kind of heavy hitters. And the fact that I had it up on that guy with the glasses just as Embargo broke. Because Embargo in the gaming media, sometimes I say you can't say anything until this date, otherwise lawyers will come and beat the ever-living piss out of you with a hose. Like right now, I'm sitting on a bunch of games I can't talk about. But yeah, it was really cool to do Mass Effect 3 and be able to really give it all. Although that's one review I wish I could go back and do with the new extended cut DLC and give my opinions on that.
Talizora, does this unit have...
Made me cry, I'm not gonna lie.
All right. Well, this one goes to all of you. And favorite video game company and/or favorite video game franchise of that company. Like, for example, like Ubisoft, Assassin's Creed, BioWare, Mass Effect.
Konami.
Yeah.
Contra.
Yeah. I'll go. Like I said, I was a big PC gamer back in the day. I actually kind of avoided the consoles. This was when there actually used to be this big rift between PC gamers and console gamers, because PC games were actually a lot more technically advanced, whereas console games, there was a lot more of them, and they were arguably more fun. But my favorite company was Origin Systems, because they made Ultima, which is my favorite series, and the Wing Commander games, and they made... Origin just made a lot of them, and so that was they kept consistently churning out really great games. The worst part, though, was you loved Origin games, but you cursed when they came out because it always meant you had to upgrade your computer.
I'm still thinking, man. You guys go.
Yeah, he passes.
For me, it really depends on the era. Like the NES era, Capcom couldn't be beat, I don't think. Especially with games like DuckTales and Chip and Dale and Mega Man, obviously. Lumino, I mean, they were just crazy good. But one company I really enjoy, because as far as, okay, they made some crappy games, but very few, is Quintet. They were kind of a small company that made a lot of games published by Enix, like Illusion of Gaia, Soul Blazer, Terranigma, ActRaiser, and they kind of just fell off the face of the earth about a decade ago, and I'm kind of curious as to what happened with them. But more currently, Level 5, which has made games like Dark Cloud, Dragon Quest VIII, Dragon Quest IX, and the Professor Layton series. That's another company that just has a really high hit ratio of great games.
My favorite series is actually going back to rhythm games. I'm a huge fan of the Guitar Hero and Rock Band series. See, one of the games that I wish had gotten more press, though, because it was released very late in the PS2 life cycle, was Guitar Hero Rocks the 80s.
Oh yeah,
that great set list for that, but underappreciated.
They did a greatest hits where they put some of the songs on, but Rocks the 80s was awesome because I'm a big 80s pop fan. Yeah. Although I wish there was a Rock Band stage here. We got to set this up.
Yeah, I would totally do that. In fact, I was actually suggesting on Twitter we should do a Backstreet Boys sing-along later.
If there was
in honor of Lindsay's video for the boy bands.
Somebody, whoever's in charge here, set that up. I'm serious. Let's do it.
Although for gaming companies, I'm actually going to go way back to the NES here. I loved Ultra games. Almost their stuff I loved. I loved, as weird as the game was, Silent Service. I loved the Ninja Turtles arcade game that came out through them. And yeah, that's who I'd say. Although for modern companies, Harmonix. Like the stuff they've accomplished with Dance Central and Kinect is the only developer I think that's ever gotten Kinect right.
But Ultra Games made Snake's Revenge.
Oh, right, I forgot about that.
It's really hard for me to pick a favorite.